Hey, what's up, guys? So today we are going to discuss about today's interview question is what is the difference between test plan and test strategy? Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, and let's go to slideshow mode. Okay, so today's interview question is what is the difference between test strategy and test plan? So test strategy is a set of instructions, guidelines, or principles that determine the test design and how the testing process will be carried out. So it tells you a high level that how the testing process you are planning to carry out and what are the standards you're going to follow. But test plan is a detailed description. Like it talks about methodology, talks about the specification, environment, hardware, software requirements, schedules, risk mitigation, etc. So test plan is a kind of test strategy is a high level document, and test plan is it's a detailed level document. And generally, like test plan is derived from the test strategy. Okay. So if you look at the goal wise, state strategies is goal is to define the principle which will be followed during the test process. That is the goal of test strategy. And what is the goal of test plan? Test plan goal is to define how you are going to test the product, what to test, when to test it, who is going to test it, what are the timelines, what are the deliverables. So these are the things will be documented in test plan. If you look at the level wise, test strategy generally at the organization level, we may decide that at the organization level we are not going to use commercial tool, we are going to use only open source tool. And in the test plan, we are going to decide on which tool we are going to use it, right? So generally test strategy will be a high level organization level, and test plan will be always project level. But test strategy sometimes there will be some strategies which will be also at the project level. Repetition. So test strategy, since it's at organization level, like it will be repeated across like in the multiple projects, right? If organization has decided, okay, we are going to do testing, we are not going to do localization testing in this particular release or in this particular phase, or we are going to do like as I said before that we are going to use commercial tool only, or we are going to use open source automation tool. So that strategy like will be repeated across multiple plan. So it's kind of repeated, but this plan is specific to a project because you have your own milestone, you have your own deliverables, own timelines, own schedules, right? And the set of people who are going to deliver that, right? Change susceptibility. So strategy is kind of static document. So once it's decided at the organization level, strategy will remain same. Like it may undergo changes, but more or less it will remain same. But test plan is a dynamic document because it will change depending on the testing specifications, schedules, timelines may change, right? Milestone may change. So all these things will be like this a dynamic document, continuously will be getting updated. Scope testing strategy. Scope is like a kind of it's a high level methods and strategies. And test plan, it's the whole testing activity comes under this scope. So what comes first, test plan or test strategy? So obviously test strategy comes before the test plan, and generally like we derive test plan from the test strategy, and generally like what we do, like we create a one document test plan, and test strategy is part of that document actually. But yeah, at the organization level it's first created, then and we can include that in the part of the document. Let's look at one table of contents of one test plan. So we have the introduction, then we have objective and task, like under objective task, like what are the objective, what are the test objective, what are the tasks we need to perform to meet that objective, what are the scopes, like what is out of scope, maybe localization testing we don't want to do, so that will be out of scope of this testing activity, or we don't want to do performance testing, so we'll mention that performance testing is out of scope, right? We'll define what are the things we are going to do. We are going to do this testing, and we're going to do maybe load testing, we are going to do scale like maybe stress testing, but maybe some kind of page related performance testing may be out of scope in this particular timeline. Maybe later we will include. So that's that way you're going to define it. Testing then comes testing strategy. Strategy basically what kind of testing, like alpha testing, smoke testing, integration testing, performance testing, high level. What is the plan actually? What is the like your goal actually? High level strategies we are going to discuss here. After the test strategy, we have the hardware requirement, then we have the environment requirement, right? What kind of software we're going to use, what kind of workstation, all this stuff will come into this. Then we have the day schedule, right? We are going to have the milestones, release plans, and right, control procedures. We will have then features to be tested, and features not to be tested. What are the features we won't be testing? Like maybe some other team may be testing, so our team may not be testing that. We will document that. Okay, this we are not going to test, and these features we are going to test. Then resources, roles and responsibilities, like who is the test lead, who is the test manager, who are the test engineers, right? And maybe we are outsourcing some work to some third party, like what is the communication interface, who is the project manager then. So all these details should be documented here. Then yeah, we have discussed schedule, we have there are dependencies, maybe we depend on some other third party tool or third party team, or maybe some outsourced development thing, right? So all these dependencies like will come to this. Then there will be risk and assumptions, like what are the risks are there. Maybe we need some some tool that should be ready by the time we are going to test it, or we need some test data, or maybe we need some credit card details or something like that. So all this should be there. If it is not there at the right time, then project will be at risk. Then if some critical resources move or resign from the company, that is also a risk, right? So all these things we should document what are the risk, and then what are the assumptions, like when we prepare this document, on what basis we prepare. Maybe we assume something. So those things we have to put it down. Then tools we are going to use, and what are the approvals we need. So this will all these things will be coming into the test plan. So if you like the video, please like it and share it, and don't forget to subscribe this channel. And also there is also a link below to our Telegram group. So please join the Telegram group. You will get more such videos on this Telegram.